नमस्कार 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 मेरा नाम है राजीव कुमार बजाज यानी आर के बी और मैं हूँ इस वक्त एडवोकेट प्रदीप नामग्याल जी के साथ। प्रदीप जी नमस्कार।
नमस्कार सर, नमस्कार।
वंदे मातरम आपको, वंदे मातरम।
वंदे मातरम।
जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय भवानी, जय शिवाजी। आप देख रहे हैं नेशन नाउ और जैसा कि आप जानते हैं नेशन नाउ है कहाँ पर, हमेशा आपके साथ। प्रदीप जी, द प्राइम मिनिस्टर इज लीविंग फॉर द यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स। Amazing, absolutely amazing, and I think he will become the fourth world leader to have the privilege of addressing the joint houses of the U.S. Congress twice, or rather more than once.
Exactly, sir.
I mean, there's Winston Churchill, Nelson Mandela, Vladimir Zelensky, and now there is Narendra Modi.
Yes.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. That's a great honor.
And the stadiums are full, packed, booked.
Yes, the stadium is already packed.
It's packed, you know, tickets.
The most
people are paying for the tickets.
Most powerful diaspora in the world,
yes,
especially in the United States of America, which is the Indian diaspora. Now, which, by the way, is also a reflection of the 4 trillion economy that India has become. It's no longer 3 trillion, we are at 4 trillion. The last time that the finance minister had talked about the size of the Indian economy, that was 3.97 trillion. Today it has crossed 4 trillion. I can tell you that, which is amazing. I mean, that's what accounts for the power of India.
And on World Yoga Day, he's going to lead the yoga for the United Nations headquarters, the function. He's leading the delegation, and he's probably
and he's going to do yoga.
Yes, he's going to, and he's going to portray to the whole world.
Wow!
Look at that. I mean, look at the nation that is India.
Yep.
You go to UAE, when the Prime Minister goes to UAE, all the stadiums are packed.
Absolutely.
The tickets are paid for and you don't have space there. He goes to Australia.
Never happened before.
He goes to the US, it's the same thing. We never had a Prime Minister like this, that people are paying to see him and the stadium is overflowing. I mean, there are no seats left vacant. People are fighting.
And at the moment with us, we've got Mr. Ali Daruwala from the Bharatiya Janata Party with us. Mr. Daruwala, very good evening.
Good evening, Rajiv. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. With me is Advocate Pradeep Namgyal ji, and of course
Pradeep ji.
Ali Daruwala sahab. Namaskar, sir. Welcome to the show. Vande Mataram aapko.
Thank you.
And amazing stuff, really. I mean, the Economist, which is no friend of India, by the way, but one of the most respected economic journals in the world, has called India the USA's new best friend. And they've actually said why India is now indispensable in the world. That is number one. Number two, and this, by the way, is I think a great achievement for all Indians. All of us need to be proud. We are today a 4 trillion economy. We are no longer a 3 trillion economy. We are a $4 trillion economy. The last time the finance minister came out with these figures, she said we are at $3.97 trillion. Right now, we are at $4 trillion. And as I was saying just before you joined us, Mr. Modi becomes only the fourth world leader to have the privilege of addressing the joint houses of Congress, the US Congress, more than once. After Winston Churchill, Nelson Mandela, and Vladimir Zelensky. That's amazing. That is really and truly amazing. I wish our opposition had the generosity of heart actually to praise Mr. Modi for that. I mean, anybody would. Let's be very clear. If I remember correctly, when Pandit Nehru had gone and addressed the joint sitting of the US Congress, and when he came back, the entire opposition, which consists now of the descendants of those, the ruling party consists of the descendants of those opposition leaders. They all praised Pandit Nehru. So why can't our people here in the opposition have the generosity of spirit to praise their own Prime Minister, Mr. Daruwala?
Yeah, Rajiv, sir, just answering to your statement that you have made about our Honorable Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji, I'd like to elaborate on the facts. The same gentleman 9 to 10 years back was denied visa to the United States of
That's
America.
right. That's right.
And the same country is laying down the red carpet to our Honorable Prime Minister.
They did it
And
even
I will
earlier.
tell you one thing. They did it earlier, but now with the addressing of both the houses of the Congress is a remarkable thing. As you mentioned, that the people to have this honor were such great names in the history. And now in our living time, when we will be able to tell our children that we were alive and we were witnessing what is happening over here, and we will live to tell the tales of Honorable Narendra Modi.
But Mr.
That
Daruwala,
we
let me
have
tell you
seen
this.
him work.
Even as we are talking, we are running footage of the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, when he addressed the joint sitting of the US Congress the last time he was there. And by the way, he got 42 standing ovations the last time that he addressed the joint sitting of the US Congress. 42 standing ovations. It has never happened before. Please go ahead, sir. Sorry to interrupt you. Please go ahead.
No, Rajiv, you can see, honestly speaking, and I speak from the heart as you know my nature, we get goosebumps when we talk about this gentleman, his hard work. Hardly 2-3 hours he sleeps. He starts his meeting early in the morning and then he's fresh as ever. I'm telling you, it is this honesty and this hard work that keeps us going, this energy at this age. I feel that I'm hardly just going to reach 50 and how old we are and how we get fagged out during the day. And what energy this gentleman has and the nation and what dreams he has for our nation. I would like to put on record when we are there in the briefing as the spokesperson and all that, the inspiration and what Honorable Minister, our Chief Minister, and everybody and our Deputy Chief Minister, they tell us that the dream of this gentleman is to make the country as a Mahashakti. He says there is nothing less than I can take than taking this country as one of the leaders of the world. Vasudeva Kutumba means, now if you understand the meaning, what is in his mind and where he's reaching. I'm telling you all this, when the elephant is walking to the street and all these dogs are barking, it is very evident. 2024 is going to be the game changer in this country when we go in for the Lok Sabha election. You will see the miracle. You will see the miracle. And I've told you in my previous show also, we will speak on facts, figures, numbers, and the schemes that have been rolled out right from Ayushman Bharat. I've met so many people, and I'm telling you, I lie not to you. People have actually got that 2.67 lakhs, and there was no bicholia, there were no middlemen. Everybody has come, and what amount of people have got this? Just imagine people getting shelter over their head, people getting rations in the COVID. I'm sure Mr. Pradeep he will interrupt me when I come to facts and figures, because I am telling you there is not a single, like we used to say, breaking news, scam, this scam, that scam. We have not heard anything in last 9 years. Isn't it amazing in a country where every second officer who you meet demands for money, blood boils, people from good houses who have got nothing to do, legacy of politics in their, P of politics into their family, like we have come, and we are so glad that we are in a time where Honorable Narendra Modi is chairing this country, leading our country, and I time and again tell you that we are very lucky to be part of this golden era and part of this success story.
Right, and Mr. Daruwala, not only that, the other thing also is that in terms of digital payments, India has created some kind of record in this 1 year. The number of digital payments that have been made. Pradeep, I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was what, 1,42 crores or something
Yes,
like that?
1,000,000, yes, 1,000, yes.
So,
yes,
something
exactly.
like that,
Yes,
which is amazing, absolutely amazing. It has never happened before in any country anywhere in the world.
126 lakh crore. 126 lakh crore.
Yes. Can you imagine that? 126 lakh crores. I mean, oh my God, that's
This
amazing.
absurd figures, even to remember and to say them right on such a prestigious channel,
They won't
these
fit.
figures, we
They
cannot
won't
go
fit.
wrong. It won't fit exactly.
It doesn't fit
It's
in the
inhuman for us. Yeah.
And the other thing is with what Morgan Stanley said, that in terms of UBT, in terms of direct transfer, DBT, direct benefit transfer, the greatest thing which has happened in the Modi era is what you mentioned just now, direct benefit transfer to the people who really need the money, where there's no middleman. Everybody got the money right into their accounts. which I think is the greatest achievement of this government, that you get rid of the middlemen, get rid of the leakages, so that people actually get benefits, which is fantastic. This has never happened before, not in the Indian economy anyway. And so, Mr. Daruwala, where do we go from here? The trip to the United States of America, I'm sure it's going to be a huge success. And as Pradeep ji was mentioning just before you joined us, all the stadiums, wherever Mr. Modi is going, are all sold out. People are actually buying tickets to hear Mr. Modi.
And there are no more tickets now. It's all sold.
And it's all sold
People
out.
are buying. People are buying tickets to come.
People are willing to pay top dollar. People are willing to pay 3 times the amount just to be able to get into the stadium, to get into Madison Square Garden, just to be able to hear Mr. Modi. I mean, this is bigger than any rock concert anywhere in the world. Mr. Daruwala.
Rajiv sir, we are so unfortunate, and we are really so unfortunate in Karnataka. The party got Narendra Modi ji to canvass at length, and 15 days he was stationed in Karnataka, and what results these people gave. These people sold the country to freebies. Now there is a PIL in the Supreme Court that states that the Taxpayers Association is coming together, and none of these freebies will be sold till such time this association gives them a clearance. Now tell me one thing, a nation where people like this, they don't even understand what Honorable Narendra Modi ji is saying, and they sell their votes for freebies. What do you talk to these people? How do you go and explain? Like, are you going to like cut your throat in front of them? You cannot sell the nation to freebies, and these are the people who are going to fight elections in the future on doles and on subsidies with no backup as to how they're going to be sustaining this freebies that they're going to give. Now there was a joke the other day. They said burqa aa gaya na. Means, what do you mean burqa aa gaya? Because women can travel, and they can travel free of cost if they're a women. So saying you wanted burqa back, now people are wearing burqas and traveling so that they get that freebies. Now, means a country with this kind of mindset, what do you go and tell them? How do we put it across to them? Like, this is not what we need to do to get freebies. Like what happened in, I was very frank and I was very open as to Karnataka, what was the setback, and I spoke very openly about it. And this is it's the unique selling point of this party. Arvind Kejriwal ji has set a very bad example. The Congress is following it, and this is really going to take the nation into doldrums.
Daruwala ji, Mallikarjun Kharge today has accused the BJP. They are saying you are selling everything that the Congress has built. You are selling the PSUs. You are, removing, eliminating permanent jobs, and you are indulging in contract jobs. They say that no jobs at all. In fact, there are no jobs at all. और जो permanent jobs है उसको निकाल के contract jobs. Then he goes on to say, आपने कोई इतिहास create नहीं किया. हमने जो इतिहास बनाया उसको आप change करते रहते हो. Jawaharlal Nehru changed into PM. So he said, you're doing name change. This is what the accusation. He says, even Mr. Gadkari said, 60 years of the Congress and now 9 years of BJP. BJP has done more work than the entire 60 years what the Congress has done. So this accusation of the Congress, Indian National Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge, how do you see it? Why is he doing that?
Pradeep ji, answering straight to your question, is this government, what lasted for 60 years was a socialist government. They believed in doing business. And as America very rightly mentioned, Winston Churchill rightly mentioned, government is not in the business of doing business. It is the businessmen who do the business. Running PSU is not the business of the government. You leave it to the experts, you leave it to the businessmen, you leave it to the citizens to run their own business. Government's job is to monitor that there is no malpractice, there is no hoarding. That is the job of the government. When we are letting this public sector units go to the highest bidder, to the most cleanest bidder, to the most transparent system, it is hurting them, because this was their bastions. They used to run their political campaigning from this business. They used to give them jobs, they used to have their people over there, and all that corruption, their conversion of the money laundering used to happen through this organizations, the sugar factories, this colleges and all that. We all know what Congress did. Until the last man, they got them involved into corruption. BJP is not going to let this happen. Let me assure Pradeep ji and Rajiv sir that we are selling PSUs, and I agree we are selling it to the highest bidder, because the government is not in the business of doing business. The government's job is governance. That is what I want to make clear to Honorable Mallikarjun Kharge.
Yeah, but the only thing is
Stop
that as
this.
far as but the only thing is that as far as India is concerned, considering the size of our population and considering everything, the fact is, and let me clarify this for the information of our viewers, it is not as if the government is not giving subsidy. Subsidy is required. Subsidy will be given wherever it is required. For example, all the people below the poverty line, they are getting subsidy and so on and so
Yes.
forth. But when, for example, let's talk about the Karnataka model or what is going on in Rajasthan right now. The Rajasthan model, where Mr. Ashok Gehlot has announced so many things. Where is the finance model? How is this going to be financed? I still haven't been able to figure it out. For example, as far as Delhi is concerned, now Delhi is a very small place. It's a very small place, and you could, manage finances in such a way, you could manage accounts in such a way that you could give, say, electricity free, you could give travel free, you could do so many things. But Karnataka is a huge state. It's huge. Where are you going to get the money from? So ultimately what will happen, either you'll have to raise taxes, in effect rob Peter to pay Paul, or you'll have to do something else, which means in another year or so, if the Congress actually delivers on its promises, the Karnataka treasury is going to be bankrupt. Mr. Daruwala.
Rajiv, just to set the record right, how you're going to rob the common citizens? These voters who already voted for the Karnataka Congress is already crying. 2 rupees 60 paisa per unit MSCB, what we call the per unit in the electricity, the government has raised.
Yes.
What is they going to do with this money? They're taking it, as you said, from Peter and giving it to Paul. They're taking it from the taxpayers and paying it to the non-taxpayers. Well, the discrimination is already evident. You're going to see everywhere. The tolls will come back. All the robbery will come back, corruption will come back, and the treasury is going to go empty because they know they are not going to come back into power. By hook or by crook, by giving subsidies, following the Arvind Kejriwal model, they came into power, but they're going to regret. I can assure you in the Lok Sabha election, when the Honorable Prime Minister, when we the foot soldiers go in front of the people with the lovely schemes that we came out, with all the benefits that we came out, we are going to have a walkthrough in the parliament. At this time, we are targeting 500 plus, and I don't think it's a dream, it is a fact. And we are going to see this number in the parliament, Rajiv.
That's amazing. That's really
You can-
amazing. 500 plus.
Really.
Mr. Daruwala, even the most optimistic BJP leader says 350. But 500 plus, that's a new one. 500 plus, Mr. Daruwala?
110%. Why shouldn't you? Because the people, till the last man, see, we ask a lot of people, a lot of analysis that we do, till the last man, I'm yet to meet somebody who is not happy with the union government, with this ministry, with all the ministers. You'll be surprised the ministers that Honorable Prime Minister has chosen. They are working relentlessly day and night. Had there been Odisha, very unfortunate that the train accident that happened, heads would have rolled, people would have resigned, and there would have been a big hangama. But see the way our Honorable Railway Minister worked day and night. Narendra Pradhanji was stationed 7 days, 10 days. They were living on the tracks and they were helping the people. This is the sentiments. This is the way this government is.
I think you meant Mr.
I can
Ashwini
assure you.
Vaishnav. I think you meant Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav. Yes.
Yeah, Ashwini Vaishnav, the man,
Yes.
look at his credentials, where he comes from, and the way he's transformed this industry. Look at the trains, look at means we all know what is it, and people are so happy. Like my experience,
Mr. Daruwala, you're going to have a
train.
problem. I'll tell you why you're going to have a problem, because Congress is working aggressively. Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, Jairam Ramesh, Venugopal, and the entire team is working towards consolidation of their earlier votes which has gone to the regional parties. They have already got the Karnataka formula where the Muslim votes have en masse in totalitarian way. They have supported one consolidation towards the Congress. They want to have it a pan-India experiment, the Karnataka model. And not only that, they are talking about the Dalits, the OBCs, the SC/ST, the women, and everything that they can give to them. How are you going to challenge that? Because as soon as they came to power, they removed from the test syllabus Mr. Hedgewar and Mr. Savarkar. Their intentions are very clear. They are moving aggressively, Mr. Dharuwala, with the agenda of consolidating all their old votes which they say it belongs to them. So how do you see it? It's going to be a great challenge for the BJP.
110% we accept this challenge with grace and dignity. Now, Sal Misal, Muslim votes are going to go to BJP. 4% Muslim population, the women have voted for BJP. And now you're going to see the magic. The Muslims are not fools, though. They make you feel like they are on the side of the Congress. But actually, when they press the button, you will see the magic. Seeing local issues may be there, but when it is a central issue, they all know the country is in safe hands. We have got dignity and we have got pride back to our nation from where we have come to post number 5. They were 160, they were 116. We were like democracy has crumbled and India is going to like go to the shambles. This is what they used to talk, third world country. From that stigma, we have come to number 5. And I'm sure in the next 5 years, we are going to be number 1 nation in the world. And you can mark my things. And you can mark my statement that history is going to be created. The Muslim votes are going to turn around. And as a Muslim, I can tell you the sentiments with the educated that I'm getting, that Muslims know what Modi ji is doing. This is a non-appeasement politics that we are doing in this country. And we are going to straight head-on win for 2024. It is not my vision for winning 2024. We have a vision for next 25 years. And we are talking not about 5 trillion economy, we are talking of $25 trillion economy where India is going to aim, and that is what we are looking at. The Amrit Kal, this is just the Amrit Kal, what you have seen. Now we are going to see the 100 years of Indian independence. That is what Honorable Modi ji is targeting.
No, but Mr. Dharuwala, this is fine.
BJP is working towards that.
This is fine so far as it goes, which is great. I couldn't agree with you more. But the only thing is that the ground reality is somewhat different. The fact remains, irrespective of whatever you and I and Pradeep ji think, the fact remains at the end of the day, you do have to go to the electorate and counter all the so-called guarantees that the Congress is giving. Like, for example, free travel for women, LPG gas cylinder at about 450 rupees. From 1150, they are giving it at 450, so which means somebody is paying the difference. And apart from that, free medicals, facilities, free so many things, 200 units of electricity free. Now all I'm trying to say is you will have to counter that in some form or the other. It's alright to say no freebies as far as the BJP is concerned, but the LPG cylinder at 500 rupees seems to have worked in Karnataka. Mr. Dharuwala.
See, there is something known as financial discipline, and what the government worked, the finance ministry worked on getting a financial discipline, getting this country debt-free. We have done it and we have got facts and figures to support my claim, and we are going to go with this facts and figures. Our nation, our voters are not fools. Let me assure you, Karnataka, what they have done, I'm in fact happy what they have announced, because in next 6 months before the Lok Sabha election, the facts and figures, you will see the doldrum, the government crumbling, all their bizarre lies being exposed is what you're going to see. In fact, this model, what Arvind Kejriwal did in Delhi, they do not have money to pay for the electricity grid. They're asking for free electricity. They do not have the money. Their water department owes money. They do not have, they are in debts. They cannot do salaries. All this is going to come out. You can Google, you can write under the right to information, you can find out this fact. The Delhi government is totally bankrupt. Karnataka, which is now stable, in next 6 months, you'll get the facts and figures, and people are not fooled. They're going to write under information, they're going to get the information, and everything on the same channel. If I have the privilege of being called again,
it will be a pleasure, sir. It will be a real pleasure.
You will see, I will be able to give you with facts and figures that the state of Karnataka is going to crumble. Rajasthan has already gone to the doldrums. You will see the infights over there. They cannot sustain, they cannot keep up their promises. To do this, you need money, and you cannot print money. It's the job of the union government and not of the state government. And all this thing is going to be exposed, and exposed very badly. And that's why I am so confident about my Lok Sabha election, where you will see a runaway success.
But Mr. Dharuwala, Sharad Pawar ji is cementing the entire opposition. He said the Congress has to be in the opposition, has to lead the opposition, has to be a major factor in the opposition. He says we need to have a common minimum program. Nitish Kumar comes in, Kejriwal comes in and goes out. Mr. Pawar again talks about the same thing that the Congress, Mallikarjun Kharge and Rahul Gandhi has been seeking. In fact, last week he himself came out saying that the center is pressurizing the minorities. Center is pressurizing the OBC, the Dalits, the SCST and backward community. So, Sharad Pawarji is building a base for all the anti-BJP parties to rally. Do you think that 2024 you will have a combined opposition against? Because then you had some people saying 1-1. Wherever there's BJP candidate, the entire opposition will field only one candidate against them. So the BJP vote share as on today is 38%. That leaves a big vacuum. The anti-BJP forces, if they all ally together, you got a tough job, sir. Mr. Daruwala.
Pradeep ji, this is my election gimmick. These are my secrets and I cannot give it out on the national television. I'm so happy. In fact, I'm going to promote that Honorable Sharad Pawarji becomes a leader of the opposition. All these 22 fringe political parties, the local parties, they all come under the leadership of Honorable Sharad Pawarji, because as fate would be for this country, Honorable Sharad Pawarji is going to be a very big game changer for us. When I give you my figures, I cannot give you my the inside secrets of how we are going to run our politics. But I'm very happy and I'm very glad that this respectable, I always treat him as a Lok Neta and I always regard him as a Lok Neta. I wish and I pray to God that Sharad Pawar leads these 22 parties and the United Forum, because it will be a blessing in disguise to us. And how and what, time will prove to you.
But Mr. Daruwala, the Lok Sabha elections are about a year away. Well, less than a year, all right. But before that, at least 5 states are going to go for elections. We are looking at Madhya Pradesh, we are looking at Chhattisgarh, we are looking at Rajasthan and a couple of other places. Now, the point is, over here, the Congress seems to be gaining ground. And there is a possibility that the Congress might actually win these states. Mr. Daruwala.
See, it is a mandate of the people. I always keep telling you that Janta Janardan, jo goal dengi, we are accepting it. We have worked hard, we have to go on the ground, we are going to present to them what we have done. Finally, it is up to the people. But I can assure you, we are not into the horse trading. We are going to go with the work that we have done. And if people accept and they bring us to power, it is good for them. And if they do not, I would just call it unfortunate. But I'm very optimistic on these 5 states also. People have realized, they've seen the infights. They're going to see the Karnataka model. They're going to see Delhi go to the dogs. And people will definitely give us a chance in the states where we are not there.
Right, but
and
Mr.
if
Daruwala,
we are there, we will win.
Right, but Mr. Daruwala, what Pradeepji mentioned just now, in terms of consolidation of the Muslim vote, in Uttarakhand, for example, there seems to be a huge movement against Muslims. Quite a few Muslims have been forced to leave, their shops, their houses, and have been forced to flee. In fact, the house of the president of the BJP minority cell leader was set on fire. Number 2, Manipur is still burning. So you have a problem there, and you need to douse that fire as soon as possible, Mr. Daruwala.
See, Rajiv sir, I will not deny that things have happened, and it is not happened, but I can assure you these are very, very local issues and they are not of any national importance. But anyway, even one life lost is a lost life to the nation. Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah ji is stationed over there. He is personally, last in Manipur, in Nagaland, in the northern countries, and he's making sure that things don't go wrong over there. We are working relentlessly and we want to bring peace back. Uttarakhand was also a localized issue. It was not a national issue, but whatever it needs to be handled, and we are working very strictly on it. And very soon you'll see some results over there. The culprits will be booked and we will get normalcy back over there.
Right.
Mr. Daruwala, how do you see the Congress, Rahul Gandhi, when he went out of the country?
Is he with us? Is Mr.
Mr.
Daruwala with us?
I'm there.
Right.
When Rahul Gandhi went to US, he said he never liked the way the new parliament inauguration took place. He said Mr. Modi did a Raj Abhishek. He said, he talked to the crowd, he said, I would not bow before the Singal like the way Mr. Modi did. And now today we find in Karnataka, Siddaramaiah is going to be presented with a Singal, Siddaramaiah ji is going to do the same kind of rituals that probably that Mr. Modi did. And so, do you find this double talk of the Congress that Rahul Gandhi will not do it, but his chief ministers will do it? How do you see it, Mr. Daruwala?
See, as you say, this party is such a farce. They're
Boliye, we can hear you.
We can hear you, sir.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
can't
yeah.
see you, but we can hear you. Please
Yeah,
go ahead.
no issues. See, this party is such a liar. They lie from their teeth, and it's a living example. What Honorable Prime Minister did for the Parliament opening was so much liked by everybody. It was liked so much by everybody, and that is what the tradition of this country is. And we are proud of what Honorable Prime Minister did, and it has gone down very well with all the people. What the Congress had to do, they did, but the fact will come, it will surface, and what these people, they have no agenda, they have to try whatever and all that they are trying to do, but the people are not going to accept the Congress. I can tell you vehemently and with confidence that they are going to surface, and all the worms and all the snakes are going to be surfaced, and you will be witness to this, Rajiv sir.
Right, Mr. Daruwala, thank you very much. So nice of you, sir, for joining us. It's been a great pleasure talking to you, as always. God bless you, sir. Thank you very much, and all the very best.
Thank you so much.
Namaskar and Vande Mataram. Right, that was Mr. Daruwala.